Hello, family. Hey, welcome here. It's an interesting one today. That's why I had to turn the lights on. Why? Because we shall be reviewing the movie Adolescence. Adolescence. Have you watched it? Have you watched Adolescence? If you haven't watched it, you have to. If you are a parent, I would have said raising a teenager, but you are even better off if you've not started raising a teenager. Maybe your baby is still very, in fact, whether you're raising a child or not, whether you are a parent or not, that movie is a movie you must watch. And I discovered something. There's a lot of conversation that has been going on around adolescence, right? It's a Netflix series. It's a Netflix series. It's all over the place. There are lots of discussions on it. And I discovered that most people are saying, oh, when I was watching it with my child. No, that movie is not for your child. The movie is not for your child. The movie is for you. It's for you, a parent. In this channel, I challenge us a lot. I challenge us a lot. I've always told us we are not parenting. What are we actually parenting? The kind of things that play out on social media, the kind of things that, the stories that come out on social media, they are crystal clear that we are subpedaling on our parenting. I don't know. This thing about parenting gets me really, really emotional. It gets me really emotional. When I sat through that movie, I sat through Adolescence. The first 20 minutes of that movie scared me. I was scared as a parent. I was questioning myself. Something that, we do. This movie is out there. I know some of us will be watching it and doing, especially the African setting. We from Africa, we know we like this. God forbid, it's not my son. God forbid, it's not my son. This is not the time for God forbid, it is not your son. Most of the things that play out on social media, that we just discard. We sit in judgment. We don't even discard. We sit in judgment about those things. Things about children. Oh, a child died in school. Oh, a child was bullied into death. Oh, another child. We do what? We do. God forbid. It's not my child. I know my child. If you've not watched Adolescence, go and watch it. If you've watched it, please, whatever was jumping at you, whatever came to mind, what your fears or your excitement or whatever it is, the lessons you learned, I need you to put them on the comment section. It's a discussion we must have. It's a discussion we must have. And what was the movie about? A young boy, a normal child. That boy was a normal child, isn't it? Growing up in a normal family because the family felt everything was okay. They were all okay. They were all okay. I needed to be sure the microphone is working. They woke up that particular day as a normal family. They went to bed as a normal family, but by 6:15 a.m., everything became abnormal for those parents. The world of this boy changed. Reality set in. It was no longer normality at work. It was now gazing into the thin air, gazing into the sea, into the sky by his parents. What's happening? What is this thing that has befallen us? Is it true? Is there a mistake? Is there an identity problem? Are the police making false arrests? All of those questions began playing up. Mhm. After a normal day that gave birth to another day that should have been yet another normal day, it was no longer normal. We are going to be looking at the main character, Jamie. the main character, the boy, the 13-year-old boy, who is the main character, who happened to do what? Take a life, the life of another school child. They were not classmates. The child was senior to him. They weren't classmates. He took that child's life. Why? Because he was struggling. That's why I said we'll look at the main character. This we are going to have series of this conversation, right? We'll look at the main character, Jamie. We'll go to look at the family, look at the the police investigator, DI Bestcom, right? That's the name they I bet. We will look at that. We'll look at his own son, his relationship with his son. Then we begin to ask ourselves questions. Where are we losing it? We think we are parenting well, right? What happened to the 13-year-old boy? Was he created a demon? Did God create that child to be a demon? Did God create that child to be a monster? No, God created a normal human being and gave to this family. They were a struggling family, thinking everything was okay, but they were missing something, which they realized when something had happened. This little boy was struggling. He was having rejection problem. He was being bullied and nobody saw it. He couldn't speak to anybody because from the onset, they didn't show us that he had a good a communicating relationship with his parents. That's why I always preach, have a relationship with your child. Have a relationship with your child. Have a relationship with your child. It's only an in-depth relationship with your child that will make the child to open up to you. Some people say, no, it's not good to be friends with your child. You're a parent, you are not their friend. Sweetheart, watch Adolescence. Look at the character, the 13-year-old boy that is the main character in that movie. And then you come back, let us discuss. That child was being bullied in school. That child had a problem that he couldn't share with anybody that could give him reasonable advice. He took to sharing with his friends. He took to sharing with his friends. And they told him what they thought. They told him what they knew best. The knife he used in taking a life was a knife handed to him by his friend Ryan. It's Ryan's knife he used. So who is your child speaking with? As your child is not speaking with you, as you don't have a relationship with your child that gives them a safe space, a safe environment to come to you with any topic at all, without any fear of condemnation, without any fear of being shouted down. Who is your child speaking with? Jamie spoke with his two friends, Tommy and Ryan. They told him what they thought. They advised him, and he did what he did. Using one of his friends' words, one of his friends' knife. That is the main character. We also see that the thing that that boy was supposed to have, he now had it at the tail end when something bad had already happened, where he got in contact with the psychologist, the lady, that lady psychologist. All of those things that woman took Jamie through, the journey, the conversation. You saw how aggressive the boy became at some point, but she remained calm. She never shouted back at him, you brat, you little this, you rude child. No, she needed to understand his understanding. That's what she kept saying. When the child was scared, say, is this what are you a judge? Are you the jury? The lady said, no. My job here is to understand your understanding. My job here is to try to poke into your mind to see what your mind looks like, to know your understanding, to feel your pain, to see why you had to do what you had to do. That is my job here. If you watch the character again, it got to a point where he became very comfortable with the lady and even began seeking acceptance from that lady. Why? Because this is a child that had been bullied into rejection. He also said something during that section with the psychologist. He said to the psychologist that the dad used to take him out for his football training. When he does very well, the dad cheers and claps, and he's all excited. But the day he doesn't do well, the father looks away. The child was noticing all of these things. The days he was not doing well, the father looked away. The father never said, "Come on, you're not going to do well all the time. Some days are good days, some days are bad days. Don't worry about it. Put the bad days behind you and let's move forward." That is what I do with my son. He's a footballer too. We go for training. Some days he comes out from the pitch, his face is not looking good. We get into the car and we're having the conversation, and he tells, "Oh, they didn't pass to me. My friends don't like to pass to me." And I tell him, "They must not pass to you. Football is a game where you have to struggle to get the ball. So don't wait for anybody to pass the ball to you." But anyways, today's training is done. You've done very well. Let's look ahead. I'm proud of you. Whether they pass the ball to you, whether you scored or you didn't score, I am proud of you. This was what this child lacked from the father. The father wanted the success. The father wanted the glory. He wanted the son permanently doing well. But is that always the case? That is not always the case. So that is the character of the young boy. He struggled with this bullying from school, and he didn't have a safe space. He didn't have appropriate adults. When he got to the police station, when this thing had happened, he was now made to choose an appropriate adult. That appropriate adult is what we have to be for our children from the onset, so that they don't go and do things that plunge us into a mess, and then we rise up now as appropriate adults. We should be appropriate adults to our children. So let's end it here for the main character. The next video, we shall be looking at other characters and the lessons we can learn from them. Thank you.